Hi friends, new look, new Megacon table setup. Let's go. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Megan. I'm the owner of Lying Around Sewing, and next week we go to Megacon Orlando, which is my biggest Comic-Con that I attend, and it is this year is March 19th through the 22nd, and we're flying there. So I have to do a minimal setup with as much product as I can bring. But first, I need to make room. We have all this cardboard, and I need to make room so I can put up my table here. And then we're gonna do some unboxing because I have some new items that I am excited about using for this display. And we are going to do a hat mostly display. So we're going to do grid walls with our big hats, and then beanies on one side, and then like plushies kind of over to the side. This is the first time I'm doing mostly hats at Megacon. Usually I put my hats behind the table, and they do get looked over quite a bit, even though I sell a lot of them. I think this will really help push this forward, and this is what I've been working on for the past like 2 or 3 months, is prepping hats for Megacon specifically. I've done this setup at a couple of other conventions. I did it at GalaxyCon Columbus, and then I did it at a Pokemon convention. But Megacon is the first time we're gonna really put it to the test. I also forgot to mention I have 2 hours, probably less now, that I have to go before I gotta go get the baby from my mom's. My hair took like 3 hours to get colored and dyed, and that was a little bit more time than I was hoping. But it's okay, I love it, I'm excited for the blue, but this is gonna be a stressful week. I think this is good as a blank slate. We're not gonna put a tablecloth on it, but if you're curious, I do one of those stretchy table covers with a banner that has my logo on it. You can check out some of my other photos of that. So let's get right into what we have new for this setup. I have these corner grid connectors. This is already open because honestly I didn't think anything was in the package when I opened it. So I wanted to make sure that it was in there. But we have these little grid connectors that go on corners because I do a 6x6 table, and I do as many grids as I can possible. And having a corner is very helpful. Luckily, I usually table next to Bethany, and she lets me squeeze a little bit on her table too. Let's see what's in here. These have been in here for like a week. I haven't opened it, specifically because I was waiting for this video. Less exciting stuff. More of the connectors because mine keep breaking. Hopefully this is a little bit better quality, but I don't know. More blue bags. Can you tell I like the color blue? These are just regular plastic shopping bags for customers. These I already have some of, but I will need more for this display I'm doing. Probably not this many, but they are wig stands, wig holders, but I'm gonna use them for my hats, and they come like this, and you just break this little part off. These are different. These actually seem sturdier than the ones that I have. And you put this in here, and you try not to break it, and it goes like this. This goes on top, so that like if your wig wouldn't cave in. It doesn't help as much for my hats, but this is what it is. And these are nice because they are collapsible, so that I can put them in my suitcase. And it looks like I got a 6-pack of these. I already have, I think, 4 And then I got these, which I'm excited about. That'll hopefully help with signage. I haven't got to test these, so we will test them today. But they're little clippies that you can clip on your grid. And I'm glad, I didn't know how sturdy this was gonna be, but this seems very sturdy. And then you can put your little price tags in here. This opens up. And I'm hopefully gonna put some little laminated things, especially for my hats. I'm gonna hopefully put them at the top saying handmade hats so people know that I made them, even though I'm in Artist Alley. Some people don't know that. And then for price tags, and I want to do some of my little lion guy, Duke the lion, to help spruce up the table. But we got a whole bunch of these. I don't think I need this many, but maybe I'll switch my price tags to these. This is one of the big things that I'm gonna try in this video. Vacuum saver bags. These are the jumbo. Yes, I get 12 jumbo bags. And I'm gonna put mostly my hats in here. And then I'm going to leave them for a day or two and see if it changes. Basically see if my hats go back to its regular size. Oh, these are really big. So this is the jumbo size. It's over half of me. And the cool thing I liked about this one is it comes with its own little pump thing that I can suck the air out of, I assume, even though it's still showing a vacuum cleaner. So maybe I'll do both. I'll do one with this, and then I'll do one with our vacuum cleaner. See which one works better. I'm sure we know which one will work better. But also see how my hats hold up. Because maybe a vacuum cleaner would be too much for my hats. I just worried because they have stuffing that it'll cause wrinkles or something like that. And it's not a big deal. If they get wrinkles in them, it'll come out. It's just fleece. But I would just rather that not happen. So we're gonna try these out probably when I'm packing down, but I will include in the video me vacuum sealing them and taking them out a couple days later. We need to figure out what carry-on suitcase I am taking, because that's going to determine how many grids I can take, because I'm going to put my grids in my carry-on because of the 50-pound weight limit for suitcases. Technically, there's also a weight limit for carry-on, but if no one carries my bag, if no one touches it but me, they won't know. They won't know how much it weighs. That's what I've done forever. So as long as it fits into the correct size for carry-on, we should be fine. Okay, we are in the times of Southwest changing their bag policy. So now you get one personal item, one carry-on, and I think you have to pay for a checked bag unless you have the credit card, which I do. So I get one of each. And my grandma and my mom are also going. So the plan is to only check 3 bags, hopefully less. And I will also be bringing my baby, so we'll also have a stroller and a car seat that we are going to be carrying. So it's going to be a lot. But this is what we're hoping. I'll need one more, and I need to double check that this is not too big. I assume since it is a regular luggage, like if this is a 3-pack luggage, that this will be fine. But I do need to check the dimensions on this. And then we have a medium size, which is going to be the main one for sure we're using. And then we have this carry-on size. The only thing is I don't know if my grids will fit in here. So this is what we're testing. If that doesn't work, this is our backup, because I'm pretty sure my grids, I used them in here before. But this suitcase is so bulky, it's got so much extra weight that is not necessary. Let's see if our grids fit in here. Okay, carry on. I have a feeling my grids aren't gonna fit in here. Probably try this side. And I believe these are the 12 by 12 grids. Or they're like a little bit less than 12 by 12. 23.75. They fit. They definitely don't lay flat on the bottom, but they do fit. And they actually lay better on this side except for it's got these holes, but I could stuff things in there. So I think it'll be fine. So we'll do this. It's mostly gonna be grids, but if I can fit my whole display in here, that's gonna be the goal. That's the goal, that's the goal. We've got the carry-on. We have to figure out how many of these we need, but how little we can get away with, because we don't want extra. We want exactly how many we need. Let's go. And we're gonna use our new connectors and see how they work. And we're doing an L shape basically. We're gonna do 2 up on the sides, and then I guess 2 deep, and then back wall, so that I have room to put stuff in front. And the rest of this will probably be time lapse. We'll see how much I include in there, but I'm gonna throw on some music and do my thing. Okay, so here's my dilemma right now. We're all the way on the side, which it's got beveled edges on this table. I should probably have done it on a straighter edge, but we've got maybe 1.5 inches. That's like 3 inches right now, but I can scoot it over a little more. But this is the problem. I want 2 right here for the beanies and the bucket hats, and then I want to go like another wall, like this side. This side has the wall, but it's not, it like barely fits, and then usually I have to squeeze over to Bethany's table a little, which is fine. I just don't want to do that if I don't have to. And I'm like, I could take this away, but I do need something here for support to hold this. I need like just another little part that comes out. I don't necessarily need this whole big thing. This is where the stickers go. But I do need something here to help square it off so this isn't so wobbly. I do use those reusable zip ties. They're like Velcro type thing, but I don't want to get that out right now, and I don't want to put it on over this. That's just to help if someone were to pull on it too hard, it doesn't all come crashing down. Or if it does come crashing down, they all stay together and don't break off into a bunch of different grid walls. So my thought is I take this and we shorten it. I'm like, what if I get like a half piece? And we can see when I get there what Bethany's thinking. But maybe I could do something like this. I just need room for my face, but I also get very claustrophobic without having a hole there. Like we could totally do something like this and like zip tie this. Does that look really stupid though? I mean, not too bad on camera, but that's just gonna be such a little hole for my face. So I think we're gonna stick with this and squeeze it a little bit. We're gonna fudge it a little bit. Hopefully Bethany's still okay with me scooting into her space a little. If she isn't, then we will totally take one of these off and we'll just do one wall. I mean, actually the other option, that's still just a hole, but we just do this and then we have to build up here. Because this is where the beanies are gonna go. And and the bucket hats. And then some of them are gonna sit down here in front. But like, look how little, hello, how can I help you? It doesn't help that I've squished myself back here. I can't even hand hats through here. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. The whole thing just fell off the table. Ugh, why did I decide to do this? Like, and I'm also sweating, and I'm not happy when I get all hot and sweaty. I'm bothered. This table is the worst to do this on because it's got beveled edges, so it's not even sitting correctly. So I'm not going to have, can you see up there the hole? Also, my battery is at 40%. What the heck? There's a hole over there where it fell. Luckily, that's the only one that fell off. All right, I'm gonna finish building this, and we're gonna put some product up. Hopefully that'll make me happier. I just about to crash out. Oh gosh. We got clippies. Let's break out some product. So here's what we got. Got that little hole that hopefully will be bigger. And hats on this side. Beanies, bucket hats, plushies on that wall if we can fit. Plushies are like bottom of the totem pole right now, and I will also put some out in front of the hats too when they start disappearing. But I have a lot of hats right now, and I'm not going to be able to display all of them, so I'm going to make a little flip through card with a bunch of pictures. Hold, I have an example. So I have this, but we are going to update it. Is there anything on the back? This one. And we've got all our evolutions. So I'm gonna break this up. It's mostly Pokemon, but we do have some other characters. And I have little stickers that say sold out. And then these, of course, have different prices for the Link hat and the bandanas. So I'm gonna work on this too, but I need to take some new product photos. But I'll have at least one of these, maybe two. The problem is I know I need something to get to that top. I usually use the chair at the convention center. I'm gonna get my step stool and see if that will work. We are down to the 1 hour mark before I have to go get my baby. So we have Greninja. I know Greninja's gonna sit at the bottom because he's got the tongue and I wanna show off the wraparound. But let's go ahead and just put the evolutions up because I do wanna see which ones I'm missing. I don't think I have Flareon because I was gonna go pick it up from the card shop, but now I've decided I'm going to leave those there so that I'll have some product for my next convention, which is Lexington Comic-Con the weekend after. So many hats. I'm excited, but also I'm like, should this just be full hats? But I definitely need beanies. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're missing Leafeon. I was gonna make a Leafeon, but someone ordered it and I ran out of yellow fabric. So definitely need to make a note to do Leafeon. I just have been like 2 years missing like one evolution. And 1 year it was Glaceon, and I had so many people ask me for one. So we're gonna go with at least one. I have like 3 Vaporeons. Sorry, this is just gonna be a butt shot. Oh. And I can do 3, I can do 1 on each of these panels. So I can do 3 across. Okay, they don't have to look beautiful. And I still need a Light Fury for my Toothless. But the past, not last year, but the year before that, Light Fury was the last one that sold every time. Usually I went with 2 Light Furies. 1 usually sold with a Toothless. And then I ran out of Toothless, so it was kind of just by itself, and nobody bought it. Wah, wah. I always put Umbreon and Sylveon together, even though I know it's Espeon. And Umbreon, I just think Umbreon and Sylveon look cuter together. And then this corner just gets really crowded, so I would say I put Leafeon there, if I had one. So that's the evolution wall. So we're gonna have some mannequin heads too. but they take up a lot of space. So I will probably only do 2 if I can. And that's for the Link Hat and the Team Aqua bandana. But Team Aqua bandana is not a necessity. What I'm gonna do is lay out hats on the table. And we do like a nice little roll and tuck it under like that. And then that lays on the table just like that. And I do 3 hats along this as well. Oops. And push. Like that. I think one of our dogs, Daisy, might have like either a broken tail or something's wrong with her butthole. And Obi, our other dog, is trying to play with her and she's not in the mood to play. We're giving it another day because I don't know if she's actually injured or if she just hurt herself. It's like bruised tailbone kind of situation where you can't do anything about it. This is the hat wall. Doesn't it look so fun? That is so colorful. I love it. And part of me wants to do like red, orange, yellow, green, blue and change it, but then the evolutions wouldn't be together. So that's not happening right now. But it looks so good. And this is just a quick, they of course would look prettier once I straighten them up a little bit. So I'm not gonna do the sticker display, but that's where it would go. I'm gonna make sure that I have it. And here, we'll do this. This is the sticker display. There's where it would go. Now we're gonna work on the beanie bucket hat, which I don't have a whole lot of yet. I need to spend a day and embroider some more. And then some plushies over here, but I'm really debating. I don't think I want that extra little side. I think I just want one. Like, I don't think I need this. I think I just need one, but we'll see. We shall see. Let's work. Let's look at our beanies. So here's what we're working with on the other side. Sorry, hopefully the window's not causing too much backlight, but again, we're gonna have more beanies and I'll probably start at the top and it'll come down. Not sure if that bandana will go there because I might try to put it on a head, but I actually like the Korok bucket hat next to Link Hat. And then we have one Pikmin and then the other color Pikmins and then a Drifloon. Magikarp would of course go up higher too. Love the Team Skull. I think that would be really good next to the Team Aqua bandana. But again, I think I'm only bringing 2 mannequin heads and those are the 2 that need to go on there. I was forgetting about the skull one earlier. And then we have the plushie wall. Very, very minimum plushie wall. Like I said, I'm going to focus on hats, then beanies, then plushies. And this could get moved closer and we could take away a panel, but it's going to block the hats. But I'm going to see if all these panels fit in that suitcase okay, then I might keep it. But I also have these baskets, so they'll probably have to go in a different suitcase. They're not going to fit, I don't think, in that carry-on. But this is all I have right now for like my embroidery machine plushies, like in the hoop. Definitely want to make some more Koroks. I'm going to do that in the next couple of days. That way I have something to work on while my baby is running around the living room and I can keep an eye on her. And I would also love to do some Mothmen if I can. They always sell good, but I need to edit my pattern because this stitch out for the wings takes so long and it's very unnecessary. It does not need to take that long. And then these are the plushies that I have that are not embroidery. Actually, these are new and these are in the hoop. These are my little bitty, they're gonna be $5 little manta rays. And I think they're so cute. And it gives me an excuse to use my safety eyes that I got like a whole bunch of random colors for years ago. But aren't they so cute? I definitely want to make some more. And it's going to help me use my scrap fabric that are like too big to throw away, but too small to use for anything else. But look how cute. This one is my favorite. This is the first one. And I'm just in love with him. And then this is the second one. And I didn't like how the eyes weren't close enough. The fabric stretched too much. And then I also shaped this differently. And then I realized I didn't like that shape. So then this was the third one. We went a little bit back to the original shape, moved the eyes closer. And he's just so stinking cute. But I do think this fabric it didn't stretch as bad, so it kept its shape good. And just look at his little eyes. Then we have an owl bear. which is the original pattern by me. You can get it on my website. And then these seals are from Charlie Night or So Destiny, whichever one you want to use. And we do have some more seals in here. We also have the cow pattern that I will take. And then we also have a couple pigs, I think, which I edited the cow pattern to be a pig. So these ones I will probably take 2, but again, they're going to see how much space I have. And creepers, again, on space. These would probably do well in the storage bag, so I might test those and see how well they expand back up. I don't really want to put the fur, like the minky, in there, because that would cause problems if the fur set a certain way and then it would like have wrinkles in it. I think it eventually would come out, but I don't think it's something that I could just beat out or like fix on the weekend. So yeah, these are my other plushies. I don't think I'll bring the Animal Crossing fossils. Again, I have Lexington Comic-Con the weekend after, so I am going to hold back just some random things, like maybe the creepers, maybe the fossil. Things that I'm afraid if I take might not sell, and so I'm using up valuable space for other things. Because look at all these hats, guys. Crazy amount of hats. That bag. And then we have beanies over here. Well, I'm going to show you, but don't look at all this mess of my sewing room right now. This is Con Crunch week. That bag is full of Link hats and Pikmin hats and will be where the beanies go. And you know, Link hats might not be too bad to vacuum seal too. So maybe I'll do 3 bags maybe, and I'll do Link hats, Scooties, and then some plushies. Maybe I'll do Link hats and plushies together. But yeah, this is the display. Again, this is where the sticker rack will go. I had the sticker thing there and it was just an eyesore, so I didn't want to leave it there to show you guys the final look. But I'm loving it. You can tell that I love color. Oh, also let's talk about my signs. Here's the little clip. 100% handmade. That's what I wanted to use it for, and I'll probably make it a little bigger and it would actually go up there, I think. And maybe with a little lion cutout, I think would be super cute. And then this actually looks really good. And it would stay, I need to make a new one for beanies, one for $25, 2 for $40. And I am gonna have that mix and match bucket hats. But I'm excited. I'm going to try to do a really quick inventory and then try to do the space vacuum seal bag. But it might be later tonight for the vacuum seal bag. I just want to put things away. And if I put things in the vacuum seal bag before I do inventory, then I'm not going to have right numbers or I might miss something. Let's take some inventory. And if you're curious what my inventory sheet looks like, let me show you. Here's what I do. I have a list of hats. We have all the names of the hats. They are all 50, and I do have like bandanas on here. And then I put how many beside of it. I have an option to write how many sold, but I never use that. And then if I have a variety, like the bucket hats, we have Korok, red, yellow, blue, bluey, Drifloom. And then at the bottom, I have a total where it will total the whole column. So I can see how much money I have currently in hats. So I know if I sell every single one of my hats, that would be how much I had. And that, of course, is not right because I've written on here. But yeah, we are going to update. And then I have, of course, option for beanies listed out. And then we have option for plushies. And I have a miscellaneous category, which is just stickers and shirts. And I don't do those anymore. So, I mean, I still have some, but. All right, so it is much later. Here's the 2 suitcases we are looking at taking. I got this one from my mom today. And then this is the one I was packing. This is more of a checked size, not a carry-on size, but not as big as these. It's like the medium. And this is only about 24 hats in there. I shoved 12 hats in that zipper side and then probably 12 more on this side. And I haven't even tried to close it yet. But I'm hoping we can just do those 2 bags and that should be plenty. And maybe even put some clothes in there or some of my display things. But let's look at what it's looking like for one of the Space Saver bags and test those out. Okay, we are currently on the floor because this is all the space I have room for right now to like clean. So we're gonna try the vacuum seal bag. Here's my suitcase of hats right now. And I also got this size because it says it holds a queen size bedding set. And we just got a queen size bed. Okay, so this comes off. Yeah. So then this goes on. And then that would suck air in, and then this would suck it out, I think. Okay. Let's put some hats in here. And I'm deciding if I want to do all of my hats on just some. I mean, if I do them all, that would really save on space. And then, like, do I do one layer? And we'll compare. You see how much this side goes up? We'll put the same amount of hats maybe and see how much it squishes down. Does that seem like a good plan? That should be a good shape. And then we'll stack it up high. And which of course these would be the hats that don't have like any ears or anything to show how much it's sucking. It's taken down. I don't know if I want to put different ninjas in there with the tongue like that, so we'll put some other ones in. And this is, let's see, 6, 12. Let's see if we can go another stack. So that would be 18. Let me get it out. Oh, sitting on my knees like that. I used to have some of these that you would like roll up and get the air out, and those work nicely. Let's see, that's right there. Right, and we need 2 more. And I do want to say that Espeon already has like some wrinkles in it because it was the fabric that was at the end of the bolt, so it had some creasing. But of course you could wash that too and it would come out. If this works nicely and I like it, this could be a game changer and I could fly to more places. But I just really like driving because it takes so much inventory. Okay, so it is full. This is what I said, 18 hats. And then it says to seal it like this. Nope. And then it's got a picture of the vacuum, but I want to try this first because I'll be at the hotel, but I should have less inventory when I get there. Isn't that what it's supposed to do? Is that not what this is for? Is this just to like get the last little bit out? Okay, that's not doing anything. I don't understand. That's the whole reason I got that thing was because I didn't have a vacuum. But there's no instructions, just more bags. So we will now try the vacuum cleaner. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this on and then turn the vacuum on. That worked scary good, and I'm worried about my hats. Oh no! Oh my goodness. This is heavy. Okay, maybe I was like, there's no way I'm gonna go over 50 pounds, but I don't know. It definitely made a difference because I had what, 2 hats left in here, but I added like 4 more, I believe. I'm scared. I want to release them. We'll check on them tomorrow. See how they are. Okay, so here's the big suitcase. And this should lay nicely in here. Yeah. Maybe just need to squish the sides in a little bit, or like actually just turn the hats sideways, but this fits in there. And then I think I would have to do like 1 more, and then that would be all my hats in like a bag, if this doesn't ruin them. It feels like they like got covered, it like solidified, frozen in time. It makes me sad. Have to go show Joey. Oh, I need to see how much this weighs too. So in here for now, we are gonna leave it and check on it tomorrow. I would like to say tomorrow night to give it 24 hours, but I don't know if I can wait that long. I think I'll be impatient, but that would be a good amount of time, because if I vacuum seal these Wednesday morning, we leave like Wednesday, we would leave around Wednesday morning to go to the airport. And then I would unpack them like Thursday morning for setup. So that would be like 24 hours. But do I think 24 hours versus 30 hours is gonna make a difference? No, I think whatever these probably over 10 hours will be what it's gonna be, I think. But we'll find out. So now I'm going to test my Minecraft creepers and my link hats, and maybe even beanies to see. Beanies wouldn't be too bad. 80% extra space is what they add. And like I said, I don't think I needed this big. As you saw, I didn't fill up the whole thing because I wanted to make sure it fit in my suitcase. But I do think I will position those differently so that it'll lay better. And I know that now for next time. Okay, here's what we're gonna do for this next one. We're gonna do 4 beanies stacked up like this, and we're gonna see, because they have these little hook things, and I have had them shipped to me before where it leaves the impression of the hook. Again, that'll fall out, and it's in the back, so I'm not too worried. And then we're going to do link hats. We have 5 black link hats here. We're doing black because that way if it does create a crease, it won't show as much on the black. So let's get this open. And then 3 of the creepers. Those are the only creepers that I have. But as you can see, they take up a whole lot of space. So if this creates space that I can take with them, and I think I'll space out with the creeper. Do this. And then our on this side. And then the creeper. I'm not even going to do the other creeper just because I don't think it's needed. We'll find out when we find out with these 2. Anything else I'm going to put in here? But I mean, I think they would be fine. But honestly, if you want me to create a little more space, I wouldn't mind vacuum sealing them. Should we together? Let's seal it. So that one didn't work as well, and I'm thinking it's because there's not as much stuff in it. So So I think air is getting in the little, or it's because it can't get where it's like laying flat. It can't get that air out. But it took some. It just definitely still has air in there and it could be pulled more. So let me try one more time. I think that's the best we're getting with this one. We'll try it out and see. We'll at least know how the creepers come back up and the bunnies. Okay, so this is what we're working on right now with the carry-on bag. We have all of our grids and then our tablecloth. I am gonna go with this one and not the stretchy one because I forgot that Megacon has that special frilly banner thing, and I don't think my stretchy one will go over that very nicely. So we have this, and then I am gonna take my other one to cover it up. Not sure if it's gonna be the 8-foot one or if I'm gonna do one of the other smaller ones. We're gonna see what we have room for. But like, do we feel like this is the best use of space or no? Like, should I use a carry-on for my clothes and everything instead and then put this in the bigger ones? I don't know. That's my dilemma. But it is almost 10 o'clock and the baby has woken up 3 times in the past like hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm struggling right now. I feel like I'm not getting anything done. This is the disaster of my sewing room and I want it to be clean for the morning so I can start fresh, and I need to do something. So I'm gonna leave this like this for now. Like, I'm gonna close that up and I'm gonna get rid of this table, put it in the closet, because I also like those need to pack. But I'm thinking like going to the convention center, I have to be able to take these suitcases and travel with them. So I'm wondering if it's just better to do 2 big ones and like separate the grids so it helps with the weight, and then the medium size one do display items and then any extra little stuff. Or well, if I'm separating the grids, then that I shouldn't need that. But I don't know. I guess it'll all depend on if I can use the vacuum seal bags, if it actually works good, or if it's gonna make my product terrible. I also don't know if this is 100% accurate because I didn't have my list in front of me, but when I totaled while I was rocking the baby back to sleep, I have $3,500 in inventory right now, which is okay, but it is lower than I would like to have. I usually like to have double of whatever I want to make. So if I want to make 3,000, I like to have 6,000. But I also have probably $1,000 or so in beanies that I haven't made yet, and hopefully I'll get time to make a couple more hats, but that's only going to be an extra $200 or so, and that doesn't include stickers. Stickers are just like a little extra money that I get in there. But I don't know guys, I'm stressing. But I want to make some more of these little guys. I would love to make more dino nuggets. I sell these for $5, or I'm going to sell these for $5. I sell my dino nuggets for $5. And they are good because they're a nice little cheap thing that people can grab. And that's something I can work on while I'm in there with the baby. And then I just realized that I only have 2 Koroks and they're both orange. I think I have extra at the gaming store, but I don't think I'm going to be able to go pick them up. I think I'm going to leave all that for inventory for Lexington. So I can also make some Koroks. So if I have time tonight, I am going to try to get some of those embroidered. Maybe if I get up early enough, I can get some of them started before the baby gets up too. But yeah, I'm gonna clean the rest of this, hopefully. We usually go to bed at 10 because Joey gets up at 6 for work. And I just want to get it just a little bit better than this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just a little bit better than this. Just a little bit better than this. Okay, this is the suitcase I borrowed from my mom, and look how cute the inside of this is. It's like a teal color, or like a mint green, I guess. And so right now, I just put these hats in here, just so they're in here and I can kind of see. I think there was 20 in here, and I also put like my stickers in here and those little shelf, the hook little wire shelves. And then these are all the plushies I have right now in the bag, my connectors, and then my hat things. I just wanted to keep everything in one place. Also need to put my banner in here for now. And this. Don't even know how much this weighs yet. We will weigh it in the morning. Maybe my scale's in the bedroom. And I don't think I have time to go find it tonight. And then we do need to put, I think, this extra tablecloth in here. And the bags. Of course, I would better organize this when we get to that section. Extra creeper. Go down there. I don't know, this is just so hefty. It's like unnecessary. And I have another one. So we have this that's just, I used it as a tablecloth at one point, and I think it will be enough. I know too, Bethany will probably let me steal a corner of hers if I need to. So we'll tuck that in there, because that one's just 8 foot, and it's just so, it just adds so much unnecessary weight. All right, so now I'm gonna zip this up and make it a suitcase so all the suitcases can go somewhere. And then I'm going to fold this table up and put it in the closet. But I really don't need to do that because I'm not going to move the dog crates in here until later this week. So maybe I'll keep the table just so I have the extra room. All right, it has been 24 hours since we vacuum sealed our product. And I want to show this off before I work until bedtime. Because I need to get some stuff done while the baby is asleep. But first I want to say that this came undone. The plushie one that we were having problems with. So maybe it was the bag. Maybe I didn't have it good and sealed up here or something. But yeah, this is not vacuumed anymore. But we can go ahead and open this up and just check on them, but who knows, this might have deflated like 10 minutes after it was in the bag. So, creeper looks fine. Peeps look fine. But who knows how long they were actually squished. And they weren't even that squished to begin with. Yeah, these don't even look like anything happened to them. So, maybe I'll try that again. But our hats, on the other hand, they are exactly the same as they were. Hard, solid. So let's open it up. Let me make sure that you got some space. My table, I have so much stuff on the table. I'm so nervous. I hope they look okay. Alright, they expanded good. I can already see some wrinkles. But it is not awful. They actually have already started to come out a little bit. So that was the Jolteon. I remember this Espeon, I think, was already pretty wrinkled, so let's look. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, it has some wrinkles, but it's not really staying. They're coming out. So I think, you know, if they were in there for longer, like, you know, if I left these in here for a week or permanently stored them in there, it would cause problems. But it's actually not too bad. And you can, like, fluff them up. Yay! Okay. Yeah, this squid looks fine. And the other good thing is I hang these up, so they're gonna hang for a little while and they can get like aired out. They can get moved around, and that'll definitely help. Yay! Okay, guys, we might be working with something. Haunter looks good. I'm sure it's also helpful that I folded them nicely. You know, I'm not like shoving them in there. I give them a nice fold. I fold them the same way as when I ship them out. All right, well, this is a game changer, guys. And I don't think I want to take all these out. I do want to let them breathe, but I just don't want them to be squished together anymore. Yay! So if this is the case, hold on, let me move ya. If this is the case, and this works good, I will have to do this the day before we fly out, but I think we could do just 2 suitcases and split up the display stuff like half and half, and we would be okay on weight. Just have 2 big suitcases, and then I would just have 1 suitcase for mine and the baby's clothes, and then probably a diaper bag and probably a backpack for me, and then we should be good. If we can get away with just that, with just 2 big suitcases that I have to pull in with all of my product and everything, that would be awesome. That would be a dream come true. I see people do it all the time online, and I'm like, nah, couldn't be me. I have too much like bulky stuff, and it doesn't weigh a lot. That's the thing. These hats don't weigh a lot. Joey was thinking that bag altogether weighed like 10 pounds maybe. It was hefty, but we were comparing it to the size of our baby and our baby's weight, and she's like maybe almost 20 pounds. She's littler, and that weighed less than her. So, but it felt like all together as one, it felt heavy. But yeah, so, and this was, I think I said this had like 24 hats in it. I don't want to double check, but I believe it was 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe it was like 18 or something. Maybe I had 24 in one of the suitcases. But either way. And I'm also going to shift it differently so they lay probably like this. Like right now I have them in the bag like this. I'll probably turn it like this and do 2 rows so that it lays flat at the bottom of the suitcase. I'm so excited, guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you look forward to the Megacon video, which should be the next one up after this, because I don't think I'm gonna do a week prep video or like a prep con crunch video, because I would be filming it right now, and I am not. I'm just doing what I can. I need to do a big beanie day still and get a whole lot of beanies made. Today I worked on some Koroks because the baby didn't want me to leave her site. So I'm feeling good about that, because that'll give me some more little small plushies, because as you saw, I had like nothing. And I want to do some more of those manta rays. But that's all I have for you guys. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye!